Hey guys, it's your girl Megan James, and you are now tuned into the Hollywood Group Chat podcast. Period. And we have a very, very, very special guest today. She goes by the name of Brittney Mealy. She's a serial entrepreneur, fashion stylist, creative director, and an all-around bad bitch. And we are here to get into her business, about her businesses, and we just love Black business women here at the Hollywood Group Chat. So, Brittney.
Hey, I love that. The introduction
was everything. Okay, so I like to start my guest off with a game.
Okay.
I know that you're a fashion girl. I have been following you. I want to say I moved to LA in 2012. I think I started following you in 2015. I was a huge fan of Unicorn Universe.
Oh, thank you.
And I know that your brand represents like feminism. Mm-hmm. You was for the girls.
Yes.
And like you were one of the brands that stood out to me. And another brand that I was a fan of is Sorella.
Okay.
So like y'all was always my top two girls. I was just like, this is really good for like the women in the Black community because, a lot of the times I feel like women don't really get the opportunity to do what you got to do. And when they do it, they're not successful at it. And you really, really did that.
Thank you.
So congratulations on even still being relevant to this day. I know that, is Unicorn Universe still a thing or has it all transferred to from Brit?
So I paused Unicorn only because it's just a lot like designing from scratch, like doing a brand versus a store. So sometimes I'm not just in that mode at designing that, I paused it, but I do have from Brit, but I am going to bring Unicorn Universe back. I know everybody loved it, it's like I just took a break from it because I even like Mugler, they took like 7 years off before, then they came back out. Yeah, so it's like I'm going to pop back. We're going to pop back out.
Okay, cool. So we're going to do your fashion trivia. I'm going to ask you a few fashion trivia questions and let's see how many you get right, okay? Okay, question number 1. Mm-hmm. What's the world's biggest selling brand of men's underwear?
Is it Ralph Lauren Polo?
Calvin Klein.
Oh.
It's okay. That's one. Okay. What is the world's most popular brand of ladies' boots?
Ladies' boots?
The world's most popular.
UGG?
Yes, got it right.
Okay.
Yes, girl. Yes, fashionista. Because we didn't get any of these right when we was asking each other the questions last night. Okay. Who invented jeans? Period. Jeans.
Was it Wrangler?
Yeah, I'll give you another chance because it's only one other answer.
Levi's?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so Anna Wintour holds which position at Vogue?
Editor?
Period.
Okay.
Okay, which former Spice Girl announced plans for a new fashion line in 2004?
Was it Scary?
Victoria Beckham.
Oh yes. Okay, I have some of her stuff, and it's so hot too, girl.
Period. Okay, so that was our fashion girls trivia. Brittney got 3 out of 5, so she passed.
I passed.
She passed. Okay, so we're gonna get into the questions. We're gonna start off with your story behind Unicorn Universe. Like, what sparked the idea, and why such like a magical name?
That's a good question. So I always liked unicorns for whatever reason. I got this tattoo on my finger, but I had this years before I ever even started a brand. So it just kind of was a full circle moment. I just knew I wanted to name it Unicorn something. And the PR person I was working with at the time, she was like, what about Universe? Does it just flow? So I ran with that. And I always liked clothes and fashion growing up, in high school, middle school, all of that. I was that Tommy Polo nautical FUBU girl. And I just finally found a way to like monetize something that was like my passion, if that makes sense. So.
And like you're a jack of all trades because I know that you're a mom and like you have your own brand and then you do creative directing for Young Miami's brand. Like, how do you like keep all these balls afloat without like dropping any?
Oh, I feel like I keep everything afloat because I have had to keep everything afloat since I was 18. I had my first kid. So I don't know what it's like to chill. It's like since I've been 18, it's been
hustle.
Yeah, it's been baby, then another baby at 19. And then, and I've always had my kids. I never put them off on my family. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just natural. It's come natural, yeah.
So like everybody is ranting about like how well you're doing with the creative directing for Young Miami. Like how did that come about? Like when did you guys get together and like, how did that happen for you?
So we were cool through Lyra. We had met before, and just was cool, just in passing or whatever. And then she contacted me. She called me one day and just like, I want you to do my work on my brand and do like my creative direction. And she's like, I'm in Atlanta, pull up on me. I pulled up, and it just went from there. So I love working with her, and we are creative. She comes with her own ideals, and we just collaborate on ideals, and we just make it all happen. But I really like doing that because I can see like, oh, okay, I've been doing this for myself for so long, and I could do it for someone else. But I do want to say to the people watching, like, you never know who's watching you, so it's very, very important to stay consistent with whatever you're doing, because she just was like, I see how you do your stuff, I want you to do my stuff,
right?
Like that. So
I've seen, I think I want to say 2 or 3 of her rollouts. My favorite rollout was the Act Bad one when they had the it was like the old school Juicy Couture like jumpsuits. Is that the right one? Where it was like she did like old school Juicy Couture. It was like it had it like on the
Claremont
back.
Twins.
The Claremont Twins
yes.
rollout. I really love that one. So out of the ones that you have done for her, like what's your favorite?
My favorite would be the shot glasses one that was take the shot, don't let the shot take you.
Cute,
and it was like hangover, and they woke up, the house was messed up.
Oh, I love that one. It was so good.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite. And then my second favorite would be where it was like, I did that real bad. And it was like the real bad t-shirts came out. So at the end of each little segment, and then at the end the hairstylist was like, the girl was like, oh, my hair cute. And the hairstylist was like, I need my money real bad. So that was like my favorite too.
Yeah. So, I mean, with you having so much going on and, with you having like a public relationship with like another celebrity, how do you keep what's like most important to you private? Because you lit, like you dress nice, you drive nice, you got your own business, and a lot of people look up to you. But a lot of people that look at you don't always want the best for you. So it's just like, how do you keep what's private with you being like outside,
Well, I can say, just being transparent, I have fell in the traps of putting my business on the internet or just acting out of emotions. But now that I'm just, more mature, older, I'm feeling like I realize like it's very important to separate the two, because you can do something out of emotions or just, trying to get somebody, being spiteful, and then later it's like, that made me look crazy, or like, I shouldn't have did that, or now that's going to switch the focus from my business and things that really mean a lot to now drama. Right. So I just feel like just maturing, that's one way that I have just kept everything. Now try to separate the two.
Do you have a lot of friends in the industry? Because I'm sure that's kind of hard too with you being so successful. Like you really never know like who's your friend who want to just do this to be around. Like how do you go about making friends? Or are you like a no new friends type of girl?
I think I'm a no new friends type of girl. I only have like 2, 3, 4 real friends, like real friends that's been there, that I know are there not for no ulterior motives. I feel like I'm not a no new friends person, but they think I am. They always be like, you always picking up strays. Now, who is this girl now? You bring it with us. But I know how to be very surface with people. Let me take that back. I'm learning how to be surface because I am a friendly person and I do befriend people. If I'm like, oh, she cool, and before I know it, I'm telling her my business, and then a month later, we ain't even cool no more. So it's like, but far as industry people, no, not really.
Not really.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I was like in LA for 12 years, and I feel like out of the 12 years I lived there, I probably came out of LA with 2 real friends. And that's crazy. Like in 12 years, I only met 2 people that I considered like real friends.
That lasted.
It's just really hard to make friends in the industry. But I don't know, like, a lot of, I just moved to Atlanta, and I've noticed that like there's a lot of like girl cliques, and I don't really see you with like the same people all the time. So it's just like I was like, I wonder if she has like a little girl group that's her group, and she don't fuck with nobody else, or is she just like.
Well, I be with Ming a lot.
Yeah, I like Ming.
Friend.
She's so sweet. Yeah.
And we have another friend, Cheyenne. She's a realtor. And then my other friends, they just like regular. Well, one of my best friend has been my friend since 19. She's 40. She like older than me. She's like 40 something. She lives in a small town, and nobody knows like when I go through my relationship problems or whatever, that's who I'm calling.
Who you gonna call.
And even people I've dated call her too. So it's like that's who have all my deepest, darkest secrets. Yeah.
Okay, so what set you apart from other celebrity moms? Like, it seems like I saw like the prom stuff. You did that.
Thank you.
It just seems like you always go all out for your kids. Like, what sets you apart, in your opinion, from other celebrity mothers?
One, I don't think I'm a celebrity mother. But two, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm just me. I just do the best that I can. I always don't get it right. I can be, I started at 18, so a lot of with my older boys, I have 3 sons, for people that don't know. One is a senior, one is a junior, and then my other son will be going to middle school. So with my 2 older sons, I got pregnant in high school, so I didn't even know, so it's like I have figured out a lot with them. And I just try to do my best and just always try to be there for them and make sure, like they have what they need or, so I don't feel like it's nothing that makes me so special. It's like, oh, I'm a better mom than you, but it's just like, I just go out my way. And one thing I can say that I see a lot of girls is like in the limelight, I will hear or see whatever. Like they leave their kids a lot with the family, and it's like they doing this, they doing that, they on this trip. I understand working, being at hostings and stuff. It's like they not at a hosting, they here with a nigga, and they here and there, and it's like the moms is with the family. Yeah, and it's like I never did that. Yes, I've had babysitters and things, but it's like I've always
made it a habit to be with your children,
to live with me. Yeah, like they've never fully lived with anybody else. They've always lived with me. It's like I'm gonna figure this out, even if we don't have no furniture, we all sleep in one bed. Sure, like they have the things that they need.
And they have you, because that's important.
Yes.
So have you ever like been interested in doing any TV shows like a Love and Hip Hop or like Atlanta Housewives, or have you ever been approached by like any of those production companies, and what are your thoughts on reality TV?
I have been approached by Love and Hip Hop a few times, but at the time, I think they maybe was approaching me. I was kind of like in an on and off situation with in a relationship, and the person was like, "What? No, Yeah. And I also now looking back, because I feel like, oh, you hating on me, but now looking back, just my personal preference. I don't want to be put in that box, but I know like Cardi B made it out. It's a lot of people that get out of that box where it's not like, oh, that's Kiki from Love and Hip Hop, so I never kind of like wanted that stigma or whatever. So I would not do Love and Hip Hop, especially now. Maybe in the earlier days, but like now I just feel like it's just, I do feel like Housewives is a little more
like
classy, yeah. But I'm not a wife, so.
But a lot of them not a wife.
Yeah, but they do be in relationships and almost a wife in their head, I guess.
Okay, so back to From Brit. Super fan. I love how you structure your page, the graphics, all of that. What sets because From Brit is like technically a boutique, right? It's not like designed.
Yes.
Right. What sets your boutique apart from other boutiques and like from the whole AliExpress era? Because like I be looking at stuff on your stuff and it's stuff that I don't see on other boutiques. So it's just like, what sets you apart? What do you feel like sets you apart?
Well, I try to get things that I don't see that's like, I call it maybe like, oh, that's ran through, or like my son, we look through stuff a lot, and I be like, that's ran through, or I don't want to get that. Even though I know it may be like a good seller, but it's just like, everybody got that. That looks boutique, that look cheap, that look, so I try like to go the opposite. If everybody going left, I'm trying to go right. But some things are just key pieces you're going to have to get. And I try to just stay consistent. So I do fall in those little spats where it's like I don't feel motivated, I just not feeling it, and it kind of be slow. But the main formula I try to use is like new arrivals every Friday, and staying consistent
all the
with
girls that want boutiques, y'all better listen up. She giving away free game.
So I just feel like your email marketing always need to be on point. Try to do 3 emails a week. Email marketing is not to me that profitable. It's just to keep you on people's mind. The text marketing is very profitable. So build up your text message list because you're reaching people directly on their phone. And new arrivals every week and just keep it fresh. And I did just recently go like in a little downhill with from Brit because I wanted to change like the creative. I'm like, I don't want to just take lifestyle pictures. Everybody take lifestyle pictures. I want to actually do rollouts and do kind of what I was doing with Unicorn. But I realized I had trained my audience on the lifestyle pictures. So it's like when I did try to do like a rollout and do in studio, they really didn't. Yeah, they didn't respond to it well, even though the clothes were the same type of clothes. So I had to go back to lifestyle pictures. So we were joking, shooting, and I was like, oh, this is what they want, this basic shit. Let's just give it to them. Let's take the pictures like this and whatever. But I realized when you train your audience to get used to one thing, then that's kind of what you got to keep feeding them. So I was like, oh, I want to be more creative, so I'll just have to save all these ideas either for a client I'm working with or with Unicorn.
So can you walk us through like a typical work day for you? Include your kids and everything, like you wake up. What is a typical like shoot day or a work day for you look like?
So I'm not a morning person, hate mornings. My son, my older two boys go to school regular time. My youngest son, he doesn't go to 1. So I get up, sometime I may be on my computer, sometime I may wait till 12, and then we get up and I start my day kind of like when he goes to school. So if it's a shoot day, Zay is my oldest son. He helps me. I have him on my payroll. So it's like I be on him. He'll put the outfits together, the shoes, and I'll approve them. Like, no, I don't like that with that. Or yes, let's roll. We'll go to a shoot. He does a lot of like phone pictures for me. He knows how to edit videos really well. So he really be like helping me a lot. And after the shoot, he pack everything up, and we normally get some food because we be hungry, and we'll go back home, and then I get to, we need to edit, I need you to do these videos, and then that's kind of like how it goes for a shoot.
So like, okay, once you're home, like, do you do the whole, like, because I know your kids are older, do you cook dinner? Do y'all have like family time? Like, what is that like once you get home after work?
I fake cook. I had just put some videos on my Instagram. I don't know if you saw them where they are dragging me in the comments so bad about my dinner, but I'm like, look, these kids have made it this long and they like my cooking, so I don't care what y'all talking about.
Period.
But I fake cook sometimes. But I'm not gonna lie, Zay did culinary in school, so he loved cooking. So I buy the groceries and we, I buy and you cook.
I buy you fry.
Yeah, I buy you fry.
Okay, so fast forward 5 years, where do you see yourself and what is your dream project? Like, what is your dream collab? Or like, do you see yourself like a creative director for Louis Vuitton? Like 5 years, and then what's your dream? What's the end all be all for you?
I'm not gonna lie, I have not thought of like, oh, this is my end all be all. But I do just want to keep building up from Brit, how I just want it to be like the black Fashion Nova, the black Pretty Little Thing in a sense. So I do want to just keep building that up as a store. I do want to bring Unicorn Universe back. It was one point, it was really, really real. We had like a space in Top Shop in the Grove, and then we also did it in New York. So that is like a dream of mine though. I really want to just bring my brand back and have it like in stores. I love like Ford, I love like Essence, those type of sites. And then yes, as I get older, because I'm like, I'm getting older, I'm tired, I can't take all these pictures no more. I do want to continue to do creative direction. And I do like doing it in the music space. I haven't worked, like for artists, like I am like I am liking that. So I just would like that to like just develop more for me, and I'm just going with the flow. Yeah, just going with the flow.
Okay, so we're gonna get into some tea. A couple messy questions, not too messy though. Okay, cool. So the fans want to know: are you a fan of Drake?
Oh, I like Drake music. Yeah. I'm not in the beef and the drama. If the music sounds good to my ears, I'm going to dance, I'm going to play it, I'm going to turn it up on my radio. Period.
So, the world knows that you are one of Future's kids' mothers. And since you know him, because nobody really knows what the beef is about, right? Maybe you do, we don't. But if you were to guess what it was about, what would you think it would be about?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea.
Because you know him better than most.
But we never talked about you beefing with Drake, what's going on with that? Because to be honest, I really don't care.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, but I really don't know. And if I could guess, looking
At one point
album.
they was friends.
Yeah. And then I know he went and did kind of the same thing with 21 Savage, or I don't know. Girl.
She's like, I don't know. As far as
if I could guess, maybe that, I don't know.
As your like, okay, for instance, I'm the oldest of 7 kids, right? But I have like 4 from my mom, 3 from my dad. Like, do you believe in like half siblings? Like, do you like push for your children to have a relationship with their other siblings, or kind of like, are you like one of those moms that's like, you do y'all thing, we gonna do our thing over here? Like, how are you with that?
Well, normally when they do get with their other siblings, we like the moms. We say, instance, Rolling Loud just came, so my son got to be with one of his brothers. Well, 3 of his brothers. So they see each other like kind of when their dad get them together more in a sense. But my son have been talking with one of his others. He does have like their phone numbers and they talk. 2 of his siblings were before him, only 2. So he already had like a relationship with them, or his brother. So, I mean, I'm not like the type that like, oh, you'll see them people when you go over there. If you will have their number, if you want to see them, if they want to, it's cool. I'm not like that. And then my older kids, they dad have, I don't know how I got in that situation, like over 10 kids as well. So it's like they communicate with them. Yeah. It's like, if you want to go. If you don't, I'm not forcing it, whatever. Yeah, but I'm cool with everybody. I don't have no beef and problems. I'm not with all that. Maybe in the past, but now it's just like, girl,
bye.
Yeah.
So, like I said earlier, like so many women look up to you, me being one. Like, I'm like literally floored with like how far you came from Unicorn Universe, because I've been following you for a long time. Do you have any advice for, the girlies that want to start a boutique, or, the girlies that may have, celebrity child's fathers, or just the girls in general? Like, if you could tell your 16-year-old self, give your 16-year-old self some advice, like, what would it be?
I probably would tell my 16-year-old self wait to have kids, but I feel like if it's like a catch-22 with having kids early for me, because I know that may take a toll on a lot of young girls, and it just make them go downhill with their life, and it's just like, oh, I'm trying to figure out this mom thing and survival. But for me, I feel like it making me figure out survival made me not be like a mediocre person or a mediocre woman.
You had to for your kids.
Yeah, it's like I didn't work at like a clock-in job since I was like 19. Of course, I got into nightlife. I started waitressing and dancing, but I always knew when I went in that was not going to be an end-all, be-all for me. So it's like it just put me in that like survival mode, but in a good way, if that makes sense. So, but I will say it's a lot of things that I went through and did that I wish I didn't have to as stepping stones. So I would say to avoid that aspect of it. Wait to have children. Wait till you like a more established till you know more like what you want to do as a career and all of that. So wait to have children will be one thing. As far as like starting a business, you're not gonna get rich in a day. Of course, now going viral and that is easier than when I started.
Yeah, we didn't even have Instagram barely in the beginning.
Yeah. No Instagram, none of that. So it's like it may be easier now, but patience. You have to be patient. It may not hit for the first 2, but that 3rd year, it may hit, consistency and patience, because I have tried to collab with other girls who, even have bigger followings than me or just whatever. And when they didn't see like, oh, I'm not making all this money as fast as like a nigga may give me, it's kind of like they would kind of, when the interest was lost.
Would die down.
Yeah. And it's like, no, let's keep building and to get there. So it's like nothing worth having was, or, no brand that we shop today was built in a week, a day, a month, a year. So consistency. And as far as like having a kid with someone, I would say try to keep yourself separate, because say if you are in a relationship, and it's just not even with a kid, just anybody dating anybody who both have motion or both have status. Of course, that's your significant other, but don't like tie yourself or lock yourself in so tight with them publicly because I'm not saying hide them. If y'all out, y'all out. But still keep your own identity, because it's like, say if something go wrong with them, then it's okay, you tied to that.
Yeah.
Or if y'all not together no more, then you just have this thing on your name, or that's so-and-so girlfriend, or that's so-and-so baby mama, that's so-and-so. It's like, it's very hard for you to like pull away from that. Yes. So that's what I would say on the business. Sorry.
It's okay.
On the business aspect, I would say consistency. Younger girls, wait to have kids. If you want to have sex, have your sex, but use protection or do birth control, whatever. But just wait till you have yourself a little more established before you have kids. And then, as far as like just dating somebody, y'all both have status.
Your own identity.
Just keep your own identity.
Those are really, really, really good advice points. Okay, guys, we have reached the end of the Hollywood Group Chat podcast. Brittney, if you have any like projects coming up, anything about to drop, let them know where they can find you, when your drop's coming out, whatever you need to tell them. Straight to the camera.
Okay. So just look out for new arrivals on from Brit every Friday. Far as Carisha Please, we're going to be doing some amazing things this summer, activations, pop-ups in different cities. So make sure you guys come out to those and just keep supporting the Carisha Please brand. We have a lot of things in store. Did you play the game?
I haven't played the game, but every time I try to order it, it's sold out.
Oh, I'll make sure you get one.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
So make sure you guys stay ordering Risha Roulette. It's so fun. And just keep up with me, with everything that I'm doing. I have a lot of projects in store. I don't want to speak too soon, but yeah. That's
okay,
it,
guys. And this episode is sponsored by the Bad Stuff Tequila.
Yes,
whoever drinks
really
vodka ain't no more, okay? Everybody can drink anejo tequila, period. And if you a baddie, you're gonna drink the bad stuff. And that's a wrap.